Good Wednesday morning, folks. Before we get started, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the little bell so that you're notified when I put a video out. Also, if you would care to help support my channel, go back and watch some of my older videos. For people who are just now getting into the case, it might give you some insight into what's going on. For people who have been here in this case for a while, it might remind you of things that you may have forgotten or that may have slipped your mind. It'll also give you a refresher course of who's who. I've done a couple of videos on that. And now let's get into the video. What is going to be playing is a clip of Squall and Scott H discussing that conversation that took place in the 11-hour live they did the other day, or a while back, whenever it took place. Just to refresh everybody what was actually said, and then I'm going to come back and do what I think part of it. This is also to retract or a do-over of the video I did yesterday. It's not a retraction, but I've always said that if I'm wrong, I don't care one bit to admit it. So we're going to be discussing the part that I may be wrong in, okay? So listen to this clip, and then I will be right back with you.
Yes, it is true that someone visiting the Wells saw Jody Sue's son exiting the Wells yard, going into the woods, and exiting out onto Ben Hill Road where the person that was chasing him lost him. And then they later found him standing beside Jody Sue's car, who was at the bottom of Dawn and Candace's driveway, blowing her horn, screaming at them to stop. And when the girl that chased him through the woods walked up Ben Hill Road and saw him standing next to the car, she said, "That's him." And Jody Sue told Candace, "He was checking my mail. He has not been anywhere." But he was wearing these exact identical clothes that they saw the person standing in the yard.
Now,
that triggered the alarms. Triggered the alarms in the house for saying that, somebody's snooping around.
Did this story, when did this happen? I've not heard this.
You're welcome, Andy Stoner. I did not know anybody had put that out there. I've only had 2 people tell me. And I did not, so it had to have come from the 2 people that told me. And one of the people in that 2-person party is the one that saw what all happened. Was there in person.
I've got to say, WTF. We need to back up and put this into context, because you and Andy Stoner just blew my mind.
Do you remember what I told you about the Chris McDonough thing?
Okay. Do you want to start back at that part of our conversation? Because I forgot about that. You reminded me of that.
Jody Sue Brown, when she talked to Chris McDonough, she asked Chris McDonough, what were the
statistics? Folks, listen up here, folks. This is crazy. It just got more crazy with Andy Stoner right there. All right, sorry, Squall.
She asked Chris McDonough, what, not quoting her word for word, but basically, what are the statistics for a peeping Tom to snatch a child? And Chris McDonough's response was extremely high, red flag high or something. He was like almost bingo carding that. And then that was when she started, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she had talked about Dawn snooping around in the middle of the night anytime before then. I had not heard it. It was after that she started talking about Dawn snooping around. In my opinion, she was not talking about Dawn. She was asking about her son. And there are eyewitnesses that were on the Wells property more than once that caught that boy in the woods on the Wells property between the house and Ben Hill Road where the dog trail is. At the blue truck that the dog handler, that Natasha Cooper, had on talked about. I probably should not have said that. And I do, Scott, I try to look at every theory. I listen to them. And I go down them, and I with all the facts that I know of being there on the property and talking to some of the actual officials in the case, you know, with the family. You know, it.
BB Diamond, Jody Sue did talk to Chris McDonough on the last day of the marathon, which would have been August 16th. Because I was on that panel, John Q was on that panel, Penny was on that panel, and Tiffany Marie was on that panel, as well as Jody Sue and Chris McDonough.
There are multiple people that on different occasions that saw him in the woods. I have only spoken to one that was actually there and witnessed it.
Okay, so
on one of the occasions, she did call law. She called the law enforcement. When she told me, I asked her, I was like, have you turned that in? She's like, well, I called Candace to tell him. I was like, no, honey, I think you need to. Because Candace does not have this concept. She does not.
You told who to call the law?
I told she told Candace to turn it in. And Candace didn't.
The eyewitness that saw this.
The eyewitness called Hopkins County, left them a message, told them what she saw. And from the last time that I understood, which was about a month and a half, 2 months ago, law enforcement never contacted her back.
And you told this person to tell Candace to call the law?
No, this person said she told Candace to turn it into the detectives and stuff.
Okay, do you know if Candace did that?
I don't think so. I don't think she did.
Holy shit.
The person who told me, whenever she told me, she went ahead at that point and she made the call. And this was in December when she finally made that call. But it was way back in the beginning when it happened.
Okay, now that you've had this revamped in your brain and knowing what it says, first of all, for the people who was saying that I was wrong, that this happened after Summer went missing, okay, that may be true. I'm not positive. The reason I'm not positive and the reason you're not positive is because at no point during this video or audio clip does it give a date of when this happened. I will give you that it does sound like perhaps it may have happened after Summer went missing, but I'm not positive. And if you'll hear in the clip, Scott H. in fact asks for a specific time and date of when it happened, and none was given. There was only 3 time frames that was given in this audio clip, and that was August the 16th, when Jody Sue, Chris McDonough, and Scott H., Tiffany Marie, and all those were on that panel. December was brought up as to when the phone call to law enforcement perhaps might have had taken place. We're still not sure if that phone call ever took place or not. And also, Squall says that this happened way back in the beginning. That's the very last thing said on this audio clip, that it happened way back in the beginning. So, if I was wrong in assuming this all took place on the day that Summer went missing, I apologize if I'm wrong. But if I'm not wrong, then my questions, all of them, stand strong. And just to put out there, I have heard in the past, allegedly, that there was a female, that specific female that I talked about in the video yesterday, was there on the day that Summer went missing, and I've discussed this in previous videos. And I still stand strong. If she was there, why did she not stick around when the law showed up? If she was there, why didn't she come forward herself and say something? Was she there with the boys all day? Was she with Candace? Was she the one that said no in the truck? So my questions from yesterday's video still stand. I still have all the same questions as I had way back when and as I had yesterday. Now, I truly am sorry if I misunderstood the conversation, but it doesn't seem like I'm the only one that misunderstood this audio clip and when it exactly took place. So I do apologize. Excuse me. I do apologize for the people who thought that I purposely was trying to make something out of nothing. I wasn't. I may have just misunderstood, okay? And I have no problem with admitting that. But my questions as far as that female, the female being Marlena Crawford, still stand. I still heard the allegations that she was there the day Summer went missing. I heard that she was there the day before. She was there picking up her daughter late that night on the 14th. As a matter of fact, I've heard that she was actually staying there when all this took place and that she left on the day that Summer went missing. So take that as you may. For people who have said that what am I doing trying to cause more drama? No, I am not trying to cause more drama. I'm not out here gathering information to cause drama or to start a rumor. My questions about Marlena simply surround the disappearance of Summer, plain and simple. If she was there and has not come forward, I want to know why. If she was there and has went and told law enforcement that she was there, how come nobody else has heard anything about it? I mean, like I said, my questions still stand, guys. I believe Marlena Crawford has more to do with this case than what any of us know or what any of us believe. You can either take my word for it or wait until it comes to an end, but I promise you, her name's going to be popping up. You watch and see. And for the people who think that she's just innocent, no innocent person goes out here and tries to charge for information about a missing child. And that's what she did. That's what she is still doing. That is not allegation. That is not assumption. That's a fact. The reason I know it is a fact is because she came to me and wanted me to pay her for information. The information that she has. Actually, she said her side of things. And when I said no, I did not do that, then she proceeded to threaten me with her uncle, and she also informed me that my channel would be took down if I continued bringing her name into this. To me, guys, doesn't sound like an innocent person to me. So you tell me what you think. Don't forget about praying for the kids. Pray for the Wells children. Pray for the Mulaney children. And pray for all the kids that are still missing and need to be found. And don't forget, this case is about Summer and where she's at and getting justice for her. I haven't forgotten that. I know there's some people out here that may have, but I've not. Until next time, guys.